All right, guys, we're back on Southeastern 16. Max Barr is here on a fine Wednesday morning. Who wants a gut bracket in September? September gut bracket. You asked, you shall receive. We had a bit of demand for this, Max.
We
Whenever
did.
we did a little quick bracketology note last week, and everybody said, you know what, it's time for a gut bracket. So we said, hey, we're gonna have a little fun in early September, but folks, after today, it begins. Our
Yes.
season previews begin. You're going to see a lot more videos, a lot more sort of discussion on the upcoming season because we are 2 months away now from the start of basketball season. I feel like 2 months max is kind of that timeline when everybody really gears up for football. You have your media days during the summer, all this kind of stuff. That's kind of your start. You're ready to go. Like, we're here for basketball. So I know it's football season. I know 25,000 of you watch the power rankings for football this week trying to figure out where the hell are they going to put all these teams. But, hey, we're ready. Gut bracket.
You can sense it. It's kind of that sports season now. Saturdays are now sports, Sundays are now sports, Thursday nights are now sports, Monday nights are now sports. We're back in the swing of things. Okay, you got your fantasy football drafts going on. We're in the sport mindset, and for me it's just impossible to be in that mindset and not think about the college hoop season starting in 8 weeks. 8 weeks. Yeah, we're back, as Elijah says, almost back. Not quite, but we're going to get you ready for it. We're going to have one last bit of fun here. It's been a fun off season doing these live streams, but got a lot of interviews lined up, a lot of previews lined up, and ramping up for the start of the season.
Tell you who else is ramping up for the start of the season. Our friends at FanDuel, our new title sponsor here at Southeastern 16. You can make all your bets on all the college football action right now if you want. But you can also get in on those futures bets for college basketball. Still, plus 900 Purdue leads the way. Houston, plus 1,000. Duke, plus 1,100. Haven't really had many changes at all in terms of your national championship winner if you want to get that action over at FanDuel. Don't worry, Florida and Kentucky still tied up there, plus 1,700 for the number. And Arkansas, plus 2,500. Good thing we mentioned Arkansas because we are going to talk about the Hogs for our SEC non-conference game of the week discussion. And guess what? Last week we did Kentucky, Michigan State. Was that right? Or whenever the last time we did this. Now we're going to do Arkansas, Michigan State. Michigan State fans, welcome. You are now a member of the SEC because we kind of laughed last week. We're like, we don't know anything about Michigan State's schedule. And what happened? As soon as we released the video or whatever, they came out and announced that they were going to play Arkansas a week before they play Kentucky. I think that's right.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that one. Just keep the Michigan State theme going, compare and contrast Kentucky and Arkansas, because why would we not ever want to do that here on the channel? There could be no engagement whatsoever when it comes to that. But we'll get to that in just a bit. But yeah, like I said, we're going to jump into a little gut bracket action here in just a minute. Don't worry. If you're like Sam Smith, you're saying, where's the football with Chris Lee, Jay Greason? Don't worry. It's coming. Sam, I think they're previewing two big games for you today, actually. Georgia, Austin Peay, and Texas, San Jose State. So that's just for you here at Southeastern 16. All right. Are we ready, Max? Is it time?
So I don't think you're ever truly ready for a September gut bracket.
Never.
But you just got to jump right into it. That's the whole deal of the gut bracket.
Sam, don't worry. Or not Sam. Yes, Sam. Sorry, the wrong comment pulled up. The gut bracket, Jeff's comment about the young blood of Max Barr. But Sam's comment about the gut bracket without Chris Lee is not the same. Don't worry, he sent us our picks. We'll give it to you later. We'll see if you actually believe what I tell you when he sends us the picks. But here we go. It's time. Gut bracket. It's what you've asked for. Where's Shane? Shane's one. He's one of the ones that asked for this. Come on, Shane. You're gonna watch us on the replay. We need your comments. We need your thoughts.
Shane's in here.
But yeah, Wicked Brews here, by the way, too. Talking about those Rebels of Ole Miss about ready to make a run, he says.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I think Max is well aware of that. Okay. Let's share our screen here. We're going to get to the bracketology of the one and only Mr. Joe Lenardi. And this is going to be incredible. I can't believe we're actually doing this. I really
look at
can't.
that setup. That just
Shane's
nice.
Here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So
this just looks fantastic.
This is just a terrible idea. But remember, this is our gut bracket. If you're watching this for the first time, remember that this is simply gut picks. We are not analyzing. That's got to be a word, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're not doing any of that. We are just simply making our picks because, believe it or not, Max and I have not researched High Point just yet. We've not gone into our research on perhaps teams like Siena, Youngstown State, and others. So I just want you to know that up front. If we pick against your team, then, you're going to have to understand that it's simply the gut in September. We have plenty of time to go through and make it work. And Otis says, you know what? I don't believe in this. It's way too early. It's going to be changing through the season. No. We're locking this in, okay? This is our pick. We're having some fun here, Otis. Come on. It's almost time for us to get serious. And Max and I are like, oh, we got to get serious. No, let's have a little fun before we do. So
I refuse to do another gut bracket until maybe the new year. I don't even know if I'm going to do one in the non-conference.
No, we're not going to do one in the non-conference. Absolutely not.
This is going to be the only one.
This is the only one we do until at least January. So
you're putting the pressure on.
This is a lot of pressure. And by the way, I know Brian's like, I can't read the small print. I can't either, Brian. But I'll read them out loud so you know the matchups. And if I get a team wrong, then you'll just know it's because my eyes were deceiving me on one of these teams. But all right. Are we going to have an all-SEC Final Four, do you think? What's the over-under at FanDuel on that? Do you think there's a chance we have an all-SEC Final Four here? It's possible. It's the gut. You just don't know.
Let it be known. Blake and I both went 4 for 4 on the true Final Four last year.
We did. Because we picked all the 1 seeds.
That is also true.
There's another question. Do you think in our gut bracket we're going to have all 1 seeds advancing to the Final Four? I'm going to say no.
Impossible.
You can't do it on the gut bracket. The real
absolutely
bracket,
impossible.
But can't do it on the gut bracket. All right, it's time. Max, you go first. We know how this works. You get the pressure put on you. 7 minutes into this show, you have to go full on gut bracket. I'm going to read the matchups because, again, I know this is kind of small, but we're doing the best we can here, folks. There's probably a way to zoom in on this, and I bet if I knew what I was doing, I probably could do that. So actually, you know what, Max? We're going to pull this off the screen for a second. Engage with the chat because I actually have an idea of how we can maybe make this a little bit bigger.
So, are you going to do a little screenshot action here?
I may do a little screenshot action. So
welcome to the show, folks, as we do this on the fly. Big Gator gut bracket. Is UCSD in the bracket? They better
find out.
If they're not in if they are not in the bracket, this entire show should just be thrown in the trash. Did you see the news about UCSD, folks? WCC news. Gonzaga's heading out. The new Gonzaga is heading in. The Tritons.
I hate that as a Big West fan, but if you pull off that banner at the bottom, Max,
look at that.
Yeah. All right. Yours truly coming through here in the clutch.
What if do you want us bigger or smaller?
Oh, it doesn't matter. People don't care about us. They just care about the gut bracket. So
that's also true.
All right. Let me just load up one more here. And again, guys, sorry if you're like watching this on replay, you're like, come on, these schmucks right here. What are they doing? This is just another day at the office.
This is another
for us, technically, but we're trying to give you the best version we can of things. So
there we go.
All right. I've at least got the first 2 ready to go here. So we'll worry about that afterwards. All right. Here we go. Max, we're going to start in the top left of the bracket. This is the Midwest region in Chicago, per Joe Lenardi, on August the 26th, 2025, for the 2026 NCAA Tournament. It's time. Beep. Number 1, Houston versus number 16, Northern Colorado.
Cougs, all the way.
All right. No. Missouri as the 8 seed versus the 9 seed, Creighton.
Not going to lie, I think Creighton is a little bit underrated, but I can't do that to start off. Mizzou.
No. You know I'm going to have every SEC team advance. Number 5, Alabama against, of course, the number 12 seed, Yale. That's taking place in Portland.
It's honestly insulting they keep giving us Yale, Blake. It's insulting. Give me the Tide.
Number 4, Illinois against number 13, Utah Valley.
We'll go with the Valley. We'll go with the Valley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
giving Alabama.
Utah Valley Ranch. Come on now.
Giving Alabama a cakewalk into the Sweet 16. All right, number 6, Texas Tech versus number 11, San Diego State.
Ooh. We'll go Tech.
Yeah, come on. I think 6 is low for Texas Tech.
Yep.
I know it's a different roster. But number 3, Tennessee against number 14, UNC Wilmington.
Where I am right now. My backyard. Tennessee.
Come on. In Philadelphia, number 7, Wisconsin against number 10, Oklahoma.
Come on. Nigel Pack goes for 74. Give me Oklahoma.
Number 2, UConn against number 15, Siena.
Upstate New York. Shout out. Go Huskies.
All right. So now it is Houston versus Missouri.
Yeah, we're going to go Houston.
Matchup.
Going to go Houston.
All right. Number 5, Alabama against number 13, Utah Valley.
I mean, you can't pick Utah. Got to do Alabama. Gotta.
Number 6, Texas Tech against number 3, Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Texas Tech there.
Oh.
JT Toppin, he's just too good.
Ooh, our first big SEC upset here. Max didn't wait long in the first bracket. He said, I'm all in on an upset. Number 2, UConn against number 10, Oklahoma. It feels like I've seen this matchup before in the NCAA tournament. Little rematch action.
I do love Porter Moser, as you guys know. I do love him, but I'm just going to have to stick with that. Give me the Sooners.
All right. Houston versus Alabama in the Sweet 16, a 1-5 matchup. Ooh, this could be a little feisty.
Feisty would be the right word there, man. That's a ton of shooting for Alabama against that feisty defense, but JoJo Tugler might be my favorite player in all of college basketball next year. Oh, no, but then Oats own Samson, does he?
Ooh,
I got to go Samson.
All right. Big Baller Brett says that Alabama just, he's all in on the Tide here. Of course, but it's a little pick-me-up for Big Baller Brett after a certain game that took place last Saturday. All right, you got Texas Tech versus UConn, I believe.
No, the Sooners.
Oh. Wait, hold on a second. You picked Oklahoma to beat UConn?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
But you're flipping my words now. I didn't. The gut did.
Oh, okay. There you go. The gut bracket picked it. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go Texas Tech.
So you got Houston and Texas Tech in the Elite Eight.
I guess so.
In Oklahoma City. That's quite a setup. Like, that's kind of a perfect scenario if you're...
And I'm going to go Houston. That's so boring. It's so boring.
Come on. Are you kidding me? This is easy. All right. So how should we do this? Should we both go through and pick our region? I think we should do that instead of everybody. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Boom.
Houston,
all right.
Northern Colorado.
Houston.
Missouri, the 8. Creighton, the 9.
Missouri.
Nice. Alabama and Yale, 5-12.
Yale, no. Alabama.
Okay. Illinois against Utah Valley. This is where I did my first upset.
Yeah. Unlike Max here, I'm going to go with the Illini advancing in this one.
All right. Texas Tech against the 11 San Diego State.
When in doubt, fade the Mountain West. Texas Tech.
All right.
Just kidding. I love you, Mountain West.
I love Dutcher. Tennessee against the Seahawks of Wilmington.
Give me Tennessee. Haven't they played recently, too? Pretty sure they played at some point recently.
Wasn't Wilmington, Kentucky, I thought?
I don't know. But I feel like they've played recent. We'll track that stat down for everyone that's waiting for this stat, I'm sure. I'll track it down.
We'll go 7-10 matchup, Wisconsin, Oklahoma.
All right, this is where I'm like, you know what? At some point, I have to pick against some SEC teams. So I'm going to pick against the SEC team that is the lower seed in this particular scenario. And I'm going to go Wisconsin. I know it hurts you, but otherwise, I am going to pick every single SEC team. I have to pick against somebody. I'm going to go Oklahoma here to start things off as the 10th seed.
I'll allow it. They're going to play the winner of UConn or Siena.
UConn.
All right, back to the top. We've got Houston against Mizzou.
Two of my biggest loves in my life.
Yep.
Kelvin Sampson and Dennis Gates. This is like my ultimate nightmare matchup. I wouldn't be able to sleep thinking about these two guys and one of them having to take a loss here. I would not. I would not be able to. I don't know what I would do in a game like this. Like, if we did a prediction video, who would I pick? It's impossible to win for me in this one. I'll take the higher seed and pick Houston. I apologize, Missouri fans. It's a gut bracket. I'm not doing it. It's the gut. I had some orange juice earlier. You never know what that does. A little pulp in there, possibly. So I'll pick the top seed in Houston.
All right, Houston moves on. They will play the winner of Alabama and Illinois.
No. Alabama moves on to the Sweet 16.
There you go. So we're both got that Houston-Alabama matchup.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bottom half of the region, Texas Tech plays Tennessee.
I also hate to do this. No, I don't. I don't hate to pick Tennessee over Texas Tech. Give me the Vols to the Sweet 16.
Okay. Flipped on that one. And then we have got Wisconsin against UConn.
I'm going to take UConn.
All right. Might be lining up a 1-2 here. Might be lining up a 1-2 or not.
Or not.
Houston.
Could we have a rematch?
Alabama.
I'm taking Houston. Sorry, Big Waller Brett. Sorry, Alabama fans. I'm picking the Cougs to advance to the Elite Eight in the gut bracket.
That would be an extremely fun matchup, though.
Oh, absolutely.
The offense, that would be great.
All right. You ready?
Then you've got what? Tennessee against UConn?
Tennessee and UConn.
Yeah.
A women's basketball showdown for the ages. A legendary rivalry. But in this one, could I pick Tennessee to have the Houston-Tennessee rematch? I feel like picking against Tennessee, against UConn in any setting is a bad idea. Give me the Vols!
I did not think you were going to do that.
The gut did it. I didn't do it.
That is also, yes, my mistake. Okay, so Houston in a rock fight against the Vols.
Hey, you know why I'm going to actually pick that in all seriousness? So, because I think there's a sneaky UConn, Wisconsin, or UConn, Oklahoma. I think would be a little bit sneaky. I feel pretty good about the Huskies this year. Not going to lie to you. I'm pretty high on Dan Hurley's team, but it's the gut bracket, right? Give me the rematch. Houston, Tennessee. Come on, Houston to the Final Four. I've got to pick the Cougars again in this one. So there you go.
No, if there's Big East folks watching, UConn's going to be fantastic. This is just, I got down to the 7-2. I didn't have a big upset yet, so I had to do something.
UConn folks, trust me. We the gut tends to be a little biased sometimes.
Yes.
Let's call it. As an SEC channel, the gut can add a little bias in. All right. So I really like Houston. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, I think they're just a fantastic team. But again, UConn plus 1,700. They're the same right now with Florida and Kentucky. So this would actually be quite a loaded region here if you look at it from that standpoint. Yeah. Texas Tech, by the way, has better odds to win the national championship than Tennessee. Double, plus 2,000 for Texas Tech, plus 4,000 for Tennessee. Keep that in mind.
Wow.
So that's a drastic difference. So if you had those two playing there, so I don't like my Tennessee upset against UConn, but I had to find one somewhere. So Houston, though, I have in the Final Four.
When you said Texas Tech as a 6 right away, I was like, "Oof."
Yeah, that to me was one where I was like, wait a second, that seems off, because right now they have they have like the 8th or 9th best odds to win the national championship. So if they're a 6 seed, that's trouble for Tennessee probably as a 3 seed and everybody else potentially in this region too, because I wouldn't want to see them as a 6 seed here. Anyways, all right, gut bracket means nothing. We're going to move on down to the West in San Jose here, Max. Looks like we've got 4 SEC representatives as well, just like we had in the other one. What was that? The Midwest at the top. So here we go. The West region. Number 1, Purdue against the winner of Norfolk State and Long Island.
Boilers.
All right. Mississippi State's the 8, taking on Cincinnati, the 9.
I hate to do it.
Really?
but I'm going to go Cincinnati.
Oh, man. Number 5, Louisville against number 12, Illinois State in Buffalo.
Wow, 5 for Louisville. Thought they would be a little bit higher. I'll go Louisville there.
Number 4, Arkansas against number 13, Miami of Ohio. You telling me we're going to get Arkansas and Louisville?
You gotta play into it, Lenardi. Come on. Give me Arkansas.
If you want a preview of the second round game in Max's gut bracket, you can find that here on the channel. It's already available. Arkansas versus Louisville. Our way too early preview for that game in the regular season. All right, in St. Louis, Kansas is 6, taking on Iowa or SMU. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I am going to take the 11 seed. It doesn't matter who it is, Iowa or SMU. Take them both.
I think it should be SMU. I think you're picking SMU. Let's go SMU here. Number 3, Kentucky against number 14, Furman.
Okay. Furman's respectable. Give me the Cats.
All right. Number 7, USC, the Muss Bus against number 10, Georgia in Portland.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Little Chad Baker Mazzara back to some SEC action. Give me the Bulldogs. Come
on. Oh, look at that. Number 2, BYU against number 15, Little Rock.
Wow. When's the last time BYU has been a preseason top 2 seed? Would like to find that one. Can we get ESPN stats and research on that? Give me the Cougs in that one.
All right. Purdue versus Cincinnati, 1-9 matchup.
Yeah, Purdue.
Arkansas, Louisville, the 4-5 in Buffalo.
Oh, man. That is tough.
That's an Elite 8 type game right there.
That
in the
is
second round.
Big time game. Oh my God. Arkansas returns more minutes, but I like Louisville's offense. Louisville.
Oh, no. Oh, the gut did it. Arkansas fans in the comments, just tell our friend Max why the Razorbacks are going to beat the Cardinals.
That should be a 2 versus 3.
Actually, don't tell Max. Tell Max's gut. Send him some, it's okay. All right. Now, Max, I can't believe you avoided this matchup of Kentucky versus Kansas and instead went with Kentucky versus SMU or Iowa.
I personally love Iowa. I think Bennett Sturts is going to be one of the best players in the country next year. But I'll go Kentucky there.
Phil's saying, Max, get your gut checked. Hawktown Chris is saying, Max, come on.
I know.
Nate's saying, Max, Arkansas to the Final Four. Are you kidding me? All right. Where are we at now? BYU versus Georgia.
That's BYU.
All right. We've got Purdue versus Louisville.
I did that pick for a reason. Because I am really I wish they were not hated by every fan base because this team is going to be so good this year. I'm going to pick Louisville for the upset.
Oh, wow. All right. Now we're down to so hold on a second. Are you about to set up an absolutely earth-shattering Elite 8 game? Are you kidding me right now? Kentucky is the 3 versus BYU is the 2. Oh, no, you're going to do it, aren't you?
Well, the thing is, I want to do it, but BYU might have multiple All-Americans on their starting lineup.
Okay.
But Kentucky might also. Oh. So give me the Cats.
Oh. All right, folks. If you've been following along here in the last 5 minutes, we have gotten to... I can't even believe it. Number 3 Kentucky versus number 5 Louisville in the Elite 8. Now let me just quickly, real quick here. If Max picks anyone other than Kentucky in this scenario, we may not be able to allow him back on the show next week. So that's Max, though. His gut could be a different story. Let's find out.
The thing is that this will be a rematch.
True.
And I think Louisville gets the win early on in the season at home when things aren't shaken out yet for the rotation for the Cats, not fully healthy. I think this is a bit of a revenge game. I think JQ wants a little piece of Cardinal for lunch. Revenge game here. Louisville beats Kentucky at home. Thinks they're going to walk right through them a second time. Done it once. Can't do it twice. The Cats get revenge from the early non-conference loss and head to the Final Four.
All right. We've set it up. The Cats to the Final Four in Max's gut bracket here. Boy, I am looking at all the possibilities of what you just read. That was a gut right there. Like that was probably that one's tough on your gut. And if we had a gut health sponsor, I'd read that one right now because that was a rough one. I could tell. Now I've got to go through the same process here, and I can already see the different combinations of matchups I could have that could just completely put me in a pretty rough spot here. So, all right.
Purdue, the 1 seed against Norfolk or Long Island.
Purdue.
Purdue meets Mississippi State or Cincy.
Mississippi State.
Chris Jans. Louisville, the 5 or Illinois State, the 12.
Should I just make everyone happy here and just go ahead and just get Louisville out of the way early? Is that what we should do with the gut bracket? Sorry, I can't do it. The gut's saying Louisville.
All right. Arkansas against Miami of Ohio.
Arkansas.
All right. No upsets yet, but we have the 6 seed Kansas against the playing Iowa SMU.
There's nothing I'd love more than to pick SMU here, as we know, but I'm going to pick Kansas to oust the Mustangs in advance.
We were going to see an upset there.
No. SMU, because SMU, that might be the first team out, so they might not be in the bracket.
You do have a point there. All right. Kentucky against the Paladins.
The Cats.
All right. Now, this one was, I almost wanted to go back and change this in my gut. My gut was telling me you made the wrong decision, Max, but USC, Georgia.
USC. Sorry, Georgia.
I think my gut is aligned with yours. BYU, Little Rock.
BYU.
Eye on the Cougs. All right. We got Purdue, Mississippi State. Can Chris Jans pull it off? Josh Hubbard for 3.
The Boilermakers.
Boilermakers. Clangs out. Louisville against Arkansas. There we go.
The Hogs. No debate needed.
That was confident. All right. Kansas against Kentucky.
Oh, man, this is a rough one. I don't know. Like, I feel like Kansas is going to be good, but we're high on the Cats, and I'm picking Kentucky in this matchup in the gut.
All right.
By the way, Kansas plus 2,000, so they're not that far back on their national championship odds. Again, another team, just like Texas Tech, plus 2,000 at FanDuel right now in the title odds, but they're a 6 seed here. So
Kansas not getting any favors from the early SEC draws last year. Much similar. USC, BYU. Ooh.
All right, so this is a tricky one to me because it's Muss, all right? And I've seen Muss work his magic before multiple times in this sort of setting. And I know how talented BYU is. I don't know. It's the Muss bus, man. Like, he always finds a way to make it work seemingly sometimes in these spots. As an underdog, especially going up against BYU, all the talk. Star player for the other team. Muss going to use that as the motivation, perhaps. Oh, man. But I can't do it. I'll pick BYU.
Okay. That would be a tough one, though. All right, so now we're back.
Too much analysis here, Max. We just got to go gut. I got to be faster. All right? I'm breaking my own rule. Here we go.
Purdue against the Hogs.
All right, so before
yeah.
Before I answer this one, there is the ultimate doomsday scenario that is setting up for me here. Because the problem is, if I pick Kentucky and Arkansas to both advance, then I've got to choose one of the other.
Do it.
And I'm not sure I'm ready in September to have that battle just yet. So, because I have to choose one or the other, I feel like I need to eliminate one of them with my gut here.
Smart.
And so that's a bit of an issue. I know I just broke my own rule that I set, but oh man,
You're going Boilers, aren't you?
I think I am.
I think
Sorry,
you are,
Phil.
too.
I'm going to go Purdue. Because look,
All right.
I think it's a tough path for Arkansas. Again, if they have that matchup against Louisville, that's a tough game. Purdue's tough. I mean, we talked about the experience. They're currently the favorite. No, wait, favorite or second at FanDuel? I don't remember what I said earlier. Yeah, they're the favorite to win the national championship.
There you go.
So I'm not like, come on, I'm not going out on a limb here.
All right. Boilers to the Elite Eight, and they'll play
Kentucky.
the Cats or the Cougs.
Kentucky.
Kentucky against Purdue. Painter against Pope. Woo. Braden Smith against Jalen Lowe. TKR against whoever's healthy.
Yeah. That's maybe it.
You got to go with your gut. What's the gut
know.
telling you?
The gut's telling me that I think Kentucky is really good. And I mean, we're both high on the Cats. Like I said, they're the team with the fourth best odds, but yeah, I'm gonna pick Kentucky too.
Okay.
And it's the JQ effect, man. I still don't think we're talking, like, I feel like people are looking at Kentucky going into the season and they're just like, okay, we're just completely forgetting what could be an absolute monster of a stat producer in him just because the injury uncertainty, right? And I don't think that people are looking enough at that aspect of Kentucky and saying, if they plug this guy in there with JQ, Modi, Garrison, and all these, like, they are just, they're so deep. And so we'll see.
So we just both went Houston Cats.
We both have Houston, Kentucky right now. Yeah. So
all right, we got to speed it up, but
come on, we'll make it work here, Max. Come on, please. That right there was tough.
That was probably the toughest region.
That was the toughest one. All right, before we get into everything else, let's quickly tell you about our friends, and we'll get the other side of the bracket. And then remember, we still have Arkansas, Michigan State to discuss as our non-conference. Well, for any Arkansas fans that are left, we both eliminated them before the Final Four. So we love you guys. Hopefully you still love us in some way. Game Time Sidekicks loves you because they are officially licensed stainless steel drinkware. All the SEC schools are there. Kentucky, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi State, all the other teams we mentioned, Alabama. Over 350 more universities as well. Stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, shaker cups, SE16 for your 20% discount over at GameTimeSidekicks.com. You want a 25% discount? You can get it at ROKFORM, ROKFORM.com, the world's strongest magnetic phone case. Extreme protection, super strong magnets, rock lock secure mounting. Plus, they got the phone case accessories, golf accessories, and more. SEC25 for 25% off. SEC25, 25% off at ROKFORM. Hovey Dry Goods, our new sponsor here, folks. We got a new sponsor. Hovey Dry Goods, your new favorite hat. Look no further than Hovey hats for high-quality headwear with a great fit and unique designs. Promo code coming soon, HOVI, HoveyDryGoods.com. They don't have all the SEC schools yet. That's coming. But check them out, what they do have over at Hovey Dry Goods. All right. Yeah, by the way, can I pull this up? Holly's right. Lenhardy absolutely diabolical on that region right there. That was a brutal region to have all those teams, like even Kansas, you throw into the mix there. Purdue, Kansas, Louisville, Arkansas, Kentucky, BYU. That's a brutal region. Absolutely brutal. So
those are the regions where the 11 seed, or the 8 seed makes it, where everyone just beats up each other.
Yeah. All right. By the way, the Hovey, real quick, just want to give you a little look here. They've sent me a couple to me.
Oh, nice.
There's an Auburn hat. If you're an LSU fan, look at this. Little Bayou Bengals. Look at the little yellow Bayou Bengals hat. So, and don't forget too.
Nice.
You want some merch from us at Southeastern 16, folks? please let me give you the link to it real quick because we got all kinds of people buying merch. You're gonna walk around to the store and you're gonna see someone wearing the merch at Southeastern 16. I'm gonna put in the link there. Head over, check out our merch. We got all kinds of stuff now available. Hawktown Chris is still here. Says we're still here. We love you. Just disappointed. Sometimes you just get disappointed in other people, Max. They're disappointed in us right now. They won't be when we talk about Arkansas, Michigan State, though, here in just a bit. All right. Let's get to the next part here, and yours truly should probably give a screenshot, and so we actually have a bracket to work with. So
we got Houston and Cats Final Four so far. I'm going to get a little bit crazy. My gut just told me,
yeah, it's time to spice it up a little bit.
We need a little Cinderella action here.
The gut's wanting some, not mild buffalo wings now. It's wanting, as hot as it gets. We want a little spice now. I think that's what the gut's looking for. I bet that's
what this year will look like because we just went 1-1-1-1 for the Final Four. And I bet we go back to FAU San Diego State Final Four action. Wouldn't mind that. Would not mind that.
All right, so we're gonna see what we got here. Wait, wrong one.
I got it.
Give me a second here. That's the wrong bracket.
That is also true.
Just hold on. I got too many screenshots going on. Let me find the right one here.
That's the right one right there.
Is that it? Okay. All right. So that is the East, and then I want to make sure I've got. Yep. And then we're gonna have the South to go. All right. Here we go. Lockdown Chris was going to buy the merch, and then we picked against Arkansas in the Elite Eight. So, Phil says, just go ahead and redo the West. That's a good idea. Actually, can we give you our second version of the West? I think that's a great idea, Phil. Perfect idea. All right. Here we go to the East. Duke is the number 1 against Vermont, or Jackson State is the 16.
Duke.
Vanderbilt versus Maryland, the 8-9. That's a little buzzball back against the Commodores.
Vanderbilt by 28.
That's going to be my easiest pick of the entire board.
Yep.
Me picking against Buzz Williams. Are you kidding me? All right. Michigan State, the 5 against Liberty, the 12. Just kidding, Buzz.
Michigan State.
Auburn, the 4 against High Point, the 13.
Didn't High Point's center transfer to Baylor? He's out of there. Give me Auburn.
Number 6, North Carolina against 11, VCU.
6 for North Carolina. I'll go North Carolina.
Number 3, Iowa State against number 14, Arkansas State.
Arkansas State is not going to win that game. Iowa State.
Oregon is the 7 against either the 10, Texas A&M, or Miami.
Yeah. So Buckyball gets in there. The offense starts clicking. Baco's on a heater. Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah. Number 2, Michigan against number 15, Youngstown State.
Yeah, Michigan there.
All right, Duke versus Vanderbilt in the 1-8. Little academic bowl here. Give me the academic bowl in the second round.
The gut is itching for a Cinderella. Ooh. Itching.
You might want to get that. You might want to get that looked at if your gut's itching. Not gonna lie to you.
But it's not gonna be here, Duke.
All right, Michigan State and Auburn. What do you know? Another rematch.
Another Michigan State against Auburn. I'm going to go with Izzo, Michigan State.
Ooh. Wow. Number 3, Iowa State against did you pick North Carolina or VCU? I don't remember.
Yeah, I picked North Carolina. I'm going to go with Iowa State. I think Iowa State is getting underlooked this year a lot, even as a 3. I really like their returners.
All right. A&M against Michigan. Isn't this a rematch too? How many rematches do we have?
I know. I'm going to go with Texas A&M here. I do not like Michigan's guards. I love Michigan's bigs. Love Michigan's bigs, but guards win in March. I don't love Michigan's guards at all. I'm going to go Texas A&M.
I was not expecting that. All right, so you got Duke versus Michigan State.
Duke. That's Duke there.
And you've got Iowa State against Texas A&M. A little Big 12 showdown.
Okay, so you got Taman Lipsey, Iowa State, defensive machine. Against an up and down offense, running and gunning. Iowa State's up by 5, 6 the whole game. Back-to-back threes from Ryland Griffin. It's a tie game. 2 possessions left. Momchilovich kind of settles for a fadeaway. Rebound down to AG. Give me the Aggies. Not a big time upset.
I thought I was all in on Buckyball. You got Buckyball in what, the Elite Eight? Duke and Texas A&M. Was not expecting this.
Duke.
You did add a little spice here in Washington, D.C. All right, you've got
Blue
Duke.
Devils are going to cruise, I think, to the Elite Eight. They'll probably be like -8.5-ish against Texas A&M, -9.
You're not going to do this.
But I think Pop Isaacs maybe hits his first 3 threes in a row. Texas A&M's playing with a lead. Boozer tweaks an ankle. And Ngogba tweaks an ankle. Caleb Foster tweaks an ankle. And Texas A&M and Buckyball advance to the Final Four in year one. The number one offense in the country, the highest scoring offense in the country. Guards win championships. Texas A&M Cinderella story. It was always the Aggies.
Will someone go to TexAgs right now to their forum and please post a link to this so we can get all the Texas A&M audience over here to let them know they have been picked to go to the Final Four in our September gut bracket by Max Barr. An incredible turn of events here to have the Aggies advancing. So, by the way, Texas A&M fans, don't worry. It's not like Max has picked another underdog SEC team that was an 8 or 9 seed or lower to make the Final Four, and then they just completely crashed out in Game 1 against Michigan State a couple of years ago. I don't want to bring up that or anything, but I do remember when Mississippi State was also a pick for Max Barr, and it didn't go well. So
I was at that game, and I had hope for about 1 minute. That thing was over before it started.
All right. Okay, here we go. My turn. All right.
Duke.
I'm ready.
Against Vermont.
This one's, by the way, much easier than any other of the ones we've done.
It is.
All right, Duke.
All right, Vandy against Maryland.
Please. Vanderbilt.
Please, guys, please. Michigan State against the 12 seed Liberty in Tampa. No way. No way.
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
We got to keep those viewers around for 10 minutes from now. We're doing the Arkansas Michigan State preview. I can't pick against them yet.
Auburn High Point. Auburn. And then in Oklahoma City, we've got North Carolina VCU. Tricky.
I'll go North Carolina.
North Carolina plays Iowa State or Arkansas State.
Iowa State.
Iowa State. And Buffalo, Oregon, or A&M/Miami.
A&M's march to the Final Four. I'm not picking against Dana Altman. Oregon.
Oh, okay. Go to Michigan. Good Youngstown State.
Sorry, A&M. You got your Final Four. You don't need it from me. Michigan is the pick.
Michigan. All right. Back to the top. Duke against Vandy.
Duke.
Duke takes that one. We've got 5-4. Michigan State, Auburn.
Not going to like this. Not going to like this. Michigan State.
Okay. Goes with Izzo. North Carolina, the 6 against Iowa State.
I'm going to go Iowa State.
I like Iowa State, too. You got Oregon, Dana against Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan gets it done. We have got Duke against Michigan State. Classic matchup.
Duke.
Duke gets it done. Iowa State, Michigan. No clue where you're going to go there. Michigan. Okay. Sets up the 1-2. Duke against Michigan.
I really want to pick Michigan here. But I'm picking Duke.
Duke. Back to the Final Four. All right. So you've got Houston, Kentucky, Duke. I've got Houston, Kentucky, Texas A&M.
Yep. All right. Let's see if I can get this bracket right. I think this is the right one. Down to the South. Yes. All right. South. Here we go. Number 1 Florida against number 16 Navy.
Gators.
Ooh, Texas and Baylor. 8-9. I love this matchup.
Wow. Great matchup. Texas.
Okay, remember too, by the way, this isn't actually possible, I think, to actually have Florida and Texas play in the second round, but it's notable. All right. The Zags versus UCSB.
Steel Venters been waiting to play for years. The Zags are back this year. Give me Zags.
Number 4, UCLA against number 13, McNeese.
A lot of hype around UCLA this year. I'll buy it for a little bit. Give me the Bruins.
All right. We've got Ohio State, Memphis, 6-11 in San Diego in Big Gator EJ's backyard.
Speaking of Memphis, exhibition against Arkansas. I'll go Memphis here.
Arizona versus South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits.
Ooh. For some reason, you saying Jackrabbits spoke to me.
So.
I'll go Jackrabbits.
I think so. NC State versus Ole Miss. Ooh, now I love this matchup. I love this one.
Oh my God.
This is one of my favorites so far, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, no. You guys know I love Cameron. I absolutely love him. I love him.
Wicked Brew's watching.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Come on. You can't pick against your Rebels. It's a gut bracket. Come on,
I gotta
you
be
can't
Rebel.
do that.
I gotta go Rebels. I gotta go Rebels.
St. John's versus Florida Gulf Coast, 2:15.
Johnny's there.
All right. You've got Florida versus Texas.
Go Gators.
The Zags versus UCLA.
Zags. Give me the Zags.
You got Memphis versus... Did you pick South Dakota State?
Oh, no, I did.
You've reached the oh no portion of the gut bracket. What have I done? Right.
Gotta go with Memphis, I guess.
Yep, Memphis advancing. Then you got Ole Miss against St. John's. Wicked Brew's watching again.
St. John's really doesn't have a true point guard. They really don't. Give me Ole Miss. I'm not a huge St. John's guy this year. I'm really not. I think it's just kind of like a load of talent together. I don't know if those pieces fit.
I don't think you realize what you're about to do, but Ole Miss advances.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Florida versus the Zags.
All right, I got to go Florida.
And then you got Ole Miss against Memphis. Ole Miss is the higher seed here.
All right, well, somehow Cameron just took the Rebels to the Elite Eight.
All right, so we got Florida and Ole Miss. Florida's played 2 SEC teams en route to the Elite Eight, or to the Final Four here potentially.
Florida's completing half their SEC schedule here en route to a Final Four. I don't know how I just ended up there.
All right, you got the Gators.
Gators.
Oh, wait, did you? Okay, I thought so. If you were about to have Ole Miss versus Texas A&M, I was about to be like, I don't know if I can acknowledge what just happened.
Smoke would start coming out the ears. It'd be a short circuit somewhere.
Here's a good point. Wicked Brew, I forgot about this. Yeah, Ole Miss plays NC State. They also play St. John's and Memphis. So, quite a rematch bracket. All right, I'm ready for this one. I like this one. I really like this bracket.
This is a nice little South bracket here. Florida against 16 Navy.
Florida.
And then Texas Baylor.
Come on. You know I'm high on the Longhorns. I really like Scott Drew, but I'm high on the Longhorns. Give me Texas.
Texas. All right. Gonzaga against Santa Barbara.
Really like Joe Pasternak with the Gauchos, but I'm like you. I like the Zags.
Bounce back here for the Zags. We're in UCLA against McNeese.
Give me Will Wade and the No, wrong team. UCLA.
Yep. Bruins move on. All right. San Diego hosts Ohio State and Memphis.
Give me Memphis too.
Okay. Hey, and 11 always makes little noise. Arizona against South Dakota State, 3-14.
Arizona
moves on. In Philly, we've got NC State, Ole Miss. That is such a good matchup.
Sorry, Wicked Brew. You got your win. I'm going to pick NC State here.
I think whoever wins that matchup, I would pick them to beat the winner of the 2-5 here, 2-15 here, which is St. John's FGCU.
St. John's.
Back up to the top, we've got Florida against Texas.
Wicked Brew has now smashed the computer. Florida
moves on. They will play the winner of Zags UCLA.
I'm all in on the Zags this year too. Give me the Zags.
Right, nice. I like that we're aligned.
By the way, the Zags currently at plus 3,500. UCLA also plus 3,500. Their national championship odds at FanDuel.
Zags have better FanDuel odds than Tennessee.
They do. Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Memphis plays Arizona.
Ooh. Arizona is currently at plus 3,500 as well. I'm going to pick Arizona.
Arizona moves on. All right. NC State, St. John's.
NC State.
NC State moves on. Darren Williams. All right, we've got big one. Florida, Zags.
This is a big one because if I'm looking at it from a Florida fan standpoint, like I don't know that I'd want a 5-seed Zags here.
No.
I feel like you'd much rather see them in the Elite Eight than the Sweet 16. But I'm picking Florida.
Florida moves on. Florida plays Arizona or NC State?
NC State.
NC State, Will Wade gets the Wolfpack to the Elite Eight to play Florida. Wolfpack, Gators.
Ooh. You know, a big Will Wade team supporter here.
Yep.
Because of, I think they're going to be really good. Because I think he's a really good coach. And yet I'm going to pick Florida to advance to the Final Four.
Okay. Can you imagine
All right.
Tommy H versus Darian Williams X Factor matchup? Oh, my
another
God.
one? You kidding me? We getting this? Oh, my gosh. That'd be incredible. All right. Final Four, the gut bracket. It is here. Max Barr has, in his Final Four, Houston versus Kentucky.
Yes.
He has Florida. I just remembered. Yeah. He has Florida against Texas A&M. We've got 3 of the 4 SEC teams here. 1 you would not expect. 2 you probably would expect. All right, Max. Houston and Kentucky.
Yep. Houston, Calvin Sampson. Loved him last year. At shooting, it's going to take a little bit of a step back. I think Kentucky is going to also take a little bit of a shooting step back. But what that means, Blake, is they're going to attack that rim. And there's only one guy that I really trust to be out there protecting the rim the whole game for Houston, and that's JoJo Tugler. And if he picks up 2 fouls early, he picks up 3 fouls early, I don't love that for the Cougs. I'm going to take a fully healthy Kentucky team here. The depth, the offense, I'm going to take Cats.
All right. I think Kentucky has the much tougher road based on our picks. And so for that reason, like it's the gut and it's trying to work through all these, just sort of potential 83,000 scenarios. And so I'm going to pick Houston because I think Kentucky has the tougher road to get there. And if the gut is trying to pick the winner, which is the whole point of the bracket, I think Houston has the better path to get to this point. So the gut says Houston in this one.
Okay, and then I've got my Cinderella, Buckyball. Nobody expected it. But, however, there was a yellow brick road laid out on this bracket for the Gators. I think they kind of cakewalked there to the Final Four. I'll take them over Buckyball.
All right. I'm picking Florida to beat Duke. And so I have got the... I should have known the fallout from me picking Kentucky to the Final Four and then having them lose to Houston. I should have known the fallout. Holly says unsubscribe. Joe Mother always thinks I'm a hater. So Wicked Brew just got off the phone with Coach Beard. He'd like a word, apparently.
Yeah.
Brian says I'm in the doghouse. It's the gut bracket, folks. I mean, come on. It means nothing. I got Florida.
But it kind of does.
I got Florida to the championship again.
All right, so your championship is Houston, Florida. Mine's Kentucky, Florida?
Yes, my championship is Houston, Florida. That's correct.
All right, and then I am going to go... See, if I go with my gut, which I'm going to do, there's going to be a lot of people mad at me. But there's also going to be a lot of people happy with me. Big Gator EJ. Malik. I don't think Malik's here right now. But, guys, I have to apologize to you because I'm going to be picking the Cats to win it all. The reason why I'm going to be picking the Cats to win it all is because I cannot have my gut just stamp in last year's national champion to the next year's championship. I can't do it. My gut can't do it. I like the upsets too much. Give me the Cats.
Interesting. That's an interesting thought because, Max, I have a stat for you.
Oh, no.
The last time the Florida Gators won the national championship and got back to the national championship game the following year, they are 1-0. So I'm going to follow the trends. And I'm going to pick the Florida Gators in the gut bracket.
That is an undefeated trend.
It hasn't been beaten yet. So I have no data to show me that it hasn't been beaten. That stat. Now, there's plenty of data to tell me that a team repeating as champions is very tough. But I also have the data that plays in Florida's favor as well. Tommy H., Sir Thomas Houck, MVP of the NCAA Tournament in 2026. Some are comparing him to Larry Bird by the time we get to April. Gators gut. Gut Gators. There you go. That was a ridiculous exercise, by the way.
I'm not doing I don't think my gut or my physical body could handle another one of those until January.
It can't. So absolutely not. So absolutely not. It can't happen. But at least we got a winner somewhere. Kentucky for one side, Florida for the other. We got all kinds of stuff there on that. All right. Max and I were like, you know what? This gut bracket will take like 20 minutes.
That was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
We're an hour in. Look, Dark Ryan Day here. Oh, look, he's got look at this. Yes. Look at the avatar. Yes.
What is this?
Incredible. You remember all the Ryan Day comparisons people have given me?
Oh my gosh.
This is incredible. This might be my favorite comment ever. Pick the Razorbacks. Well, I hope you're not behind because we're about to talk about the Razorbacks, though, if you're here for Arkansas.
Fantastic.
That is fantastic, though, by the way. All right. Let's make it to this portion. We always get here somehow. I don't know how we get here, but somehow we do. The non-conference game of the week. Arkansas versus Michigan State. If you go back and watch our show last week, we did do Kentucky versus Michigan State. And so we were like, let's just keep the Michigan State train rolling. Let's compare and contrast here and all that. Don't worry, Wicked Brew. You don't have to worry about the nipple ring here on this particular show. Did you see that? That thing was hilarious on social media.
Big Cat tweeted, he was like,
yeah,
I kind of respect it.
All right, Max, Arkansas and Michigan State. What's the date on this? November the
8th, Saturday. 8th. Big time game on a Saturday in East Lansing. This was announced last week, exactly 7 days ago, last Wednesday. This is going to be a 2-game series. So Hogs fans, you get the Arkansas matchup next year. This one will be the second game of the season, I believe, for Arkansas. They'll have that Monday game against Southern. And then I believe they don't have a Wednesday or Thursday midweek game. This will be on that Saturday. Obviously, they'll have the exhibition against Memphis. Before that, Michigan State, you got Colgate on that Monday to open the season with a exhibition against UConn. So, Blake, both teams will have that kind of one, big-time favorite against a mid-major season opener. Throw you right into this one on a Saturday.
Yeah, it is kind of an exciting setup here. Like I said, you've probably heard us talk about Michigan State based on everything we said when we preview the Kentucky matchup. But, yeah, I mean, with Arkansas, like, obviously we can start there. We know kind of the story for the Hogs this year. Just a backcourt that I think is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I've said it multiple times this summer. I think Carter Knox is like your SEC Player of the Year breakout candidate, potentially. Like, I think he could be that good. The front court, I think it's fascinating. Brazil's back for another season. Ewan's there. We talked about sort of the I still think, underrated addition of a Nick Pringle and what that could mean. So, yeah, like I think Arkansas is built for a lot of success, and we brought up all the reasons why this summer. But, too, on the flip side, we were very high on Michigan State when we talked about them, last week when we previewed Kentucky. We mentioned, Jeremy Fears coming back, having a chance to, again, take another step forward. The front court sort of speaks for itself, I think, in terms of what they could accomplish there. And then the exciting addition of a guy like Trey Fort, who we were very high on all the way back when he was at Mississippi State, went on to Samford, had a lot of success there, and now is going to step in to what I think is a pretty prime role there at Michigan State. So, yeah, I mean, on paper, I think to me, it starts with a backcourt. Like, this backcourt matchup is a very, very exciting one when you look at all the potential playmaking ability of these guys, not even just the starters you see on the screen, but really the potential guys behind them as well.
Yeah, that defensive matchup there, the defense of Jeremy Fears Jr. against the young, Acuff, Malik Thomas, DJ Wagner, that's going to be probably the toughest test for Acuff to start out and be able to see how his efficiency is offensively in this one. Michigan State last year, top, depending on what analytics site you look at, right around 5th nationally defense. That's what kind of carried them last year. Real quick before I dive into the matchup, though, this is a rare Cal-Izzo matchup. It's only the 6th time the coaches have met. And in the last 4 times, Blake, a team has been top 4 in the country. 2022 was that double OT one. They're all Champions Classic, too. But Kentucky was 4th in 2022. 2019 was a 1 versus 2. 2016 was number 2 Kentucky, 13 Michigan State. 2013, I mean, we're going back a ways now, but that's another 1 versus 2. But every time these teams match up, Blake, one of the teams past 4 times has been a top 4 team. Not these teams, these coaches, excuse me. But I would assume we might have another one here in this one to extend that streak out. If you want to talk about odds right now, we don't have any FanDuel odds yet, but we can look at Bart Torvik, and since they're only going to play 1 game before these odds probably won't change too much. Yeah. Torvik estimates Michigan State 75, Arkansas 72. So you can kind of imply there a Michigan State -2.5, -3. You got the home court advantage. I bet on a neutral. That would probably be a little bit closer to pick 'em. Maybe Arkansas minus a point, but probably going to have Michigan State be favored by a basket here, Blake.
Yeah, I like the fact that the game is where it is, because I think that's like one of those two for Cal this year. Like we said, having 2 very talented freshmen that you're going to add into the mix here, and being able to kind of have that as your setup is like, all right, we're going to immediately know from a game like this, like what we're working with. I mean, they already know this summer and, off-season practices and all that, but like in your first game competition, like we said, against a pretty, I think, talented backcourt here that Michigan State has, that's really the exciting thing. And so, you learn very early what you're working with here. And I think that's, again, something that will really stand out because we said it, right? I mean, what was the common theme last year through about 3 games was offense starting a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you look back at the scores from last year, Lipscomb 76-60. The Baylor game, 72-67. Even the Troy game. Remember we were talking about the Troy game? It's like they won by 16, 65-49. 65-49, right? So, like, you could see some of those things and just be like, they got hot from 3 in that game and that kind of stuff, but they turned it over 14 times. So, again, it's a different team, right? But I think it's something where that, to me, it's a long season, right? We would compare basketball and football. We don't play as many games in football, but it's like, basketball, game 1 is a little bit different than game 1 in football, right? Because it's just, you have so many more games to go. But I think it is something where you can still take some things away long term, especially when you're playing a caliber of opponent like Michigan State on the road. I think you can learn a lot about a team just in doing that. And so I have no doubt that's why Cal has this on the schedule, because he will learn a lot about his young guys, especially. And remember, we're saying freshmen, but Carter Knox is a sophomore. Billy Richmond's a sophomore, right? Like they're still young too. So so I think that's one of the biggest storylines for me in this one.
Both of these teams, Blake, returning a good chunk of minutes from last year. Michigan State returning just north of 41% of minutes, and Arkansas just north of 47. So that's both. When you look at Power 5 conferences, that's pretty decent for. I mean, you look at some of them, they have like 0. So for the depth though for Michigan State, I mentioned it in our last preview of Michigan State. Caleb Glenn, the FAU transfer, he was a part of this offseason shooting overhaul for Sparty. Bring in Trey Fort. Caleb Glenn was 40% at FAU last year. Not super high volume. I think he only made about 40, 45, but at 40%, can definitely knock him down when he's open. So no Caleb Glenn there. Takes a hit to the Michigan State depth, but been reading some good things on Jordan Scott, the 6'7" freshman. They think he might challenge Trey Fort for that shooting guard spot to add a little bit of shooting there, since you'll have Cohen Carr, Kohler, and Cooper probably on the floor together, assuming that's what they roll out there, with Carr kind of extending an outside shot. But Blake, I think a matchup that, like, if you want to talk about like an X factor matchup or like a what to watch for matchup, underrated Jackson Kohler, his like versatility, athleticism, his ability to pick and pop, and the versatility defensively of a guy like Trevon Brazile, who can stick with him and guard him. There was multiple games last year where Michigan State's offense was kind of stuck in the mud, and then out of nowhere, Kohler just hits a few shots in a row or something, opens up the middle of the Michigan State offense a little bit. So if I had to pick like a little matchup within the game that I think Arkansas could neutralize what Michigan State does a little bit, the versatility of Arkansas defending on the perimeter might be able to take away some of that Kohler stretch 4 aspect.
I'll tell you what I think is the X factor in this game. I think it's DJ Wagner, because it goes back to what I said a minute ago. It's the setting. It's sort of the setup you have here with the young guys who are going to walk into this kind of atmosphere at Michigan State and East Lansing. It's a tough environment to play in. And I think DJ Wagner, because he is, the elder statesman of that backcourt especially, I think he has to be kind of the driving force here for them. And we've seen him too, by the way. Remember, like I was going back and looking at it and just trying to remember the numbers, but here's a guy who's played well on the road, and had some big moments. Sorry, Kentucky fans. Like, you got your national championship earlier from Max Barr, but DJ Wagner played pretty well at Kentucky last year. We remember that game, right? And so he's had some other games like that where he's gone on the road, made some big shots for them away from home, even neutral court type games. Think about the one against Michigan, played well at Miami last year, which I know Miami was not great, but I think that to me is something to circle here. Like they need a DJ Wagner type game here, I feel like, to, maybe settle some things early in a game like this. So I think that's something I'm looking forward to. It's just to see how, and we've mentioned before this summer, I think the minutes distribution for the backcourt is one of the bigger storylines for Arkansas heading into this one. I'm fascinated to see this year just kind of what that looks like, given all the talent that they do have in the backcourt there.
Yeah, and just real quick, like analytics comparing last year to this year, what the analytics are expecting. Arkansas last year finishing 36th overall. This year, Torvik's got them at 16th, expecting a bit of a jump up. Where are we expecting a jump up? The analytics say offensively. Last year, Arkansas finished 64th offensively. This year, projected 22nd. Defense last year finished 18th. This year, projected 12th. So the big jump in Arkansas's analytics, we're expecting that offense led by Acuff, Malik Thomas, the new guys in the backcourt, along with the increased offensive production from Malik Ewan, the rebounding of Nick Pringle, expecting this Arkansas offense to take quite the leap. As for Michigan State, expected to take a slight step back offensively, finished 35th last year, projected 46th. Defense right on the money, finished 6th, projected 7th. So Michigan State losing Jace Richardson, the uncertainty with that shooting guard spot. Is Trey Fort going to be able to be absolutely the guy? No Caleb Glenn. I think the analytics are predicting a little bit of a step back offensively for Sparty. Flip that for Arkansas.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a surprise for Michigan State.
Yep.
Again, we know what they're losing from last year, but still, as we've said, I'm pretty high on Trey Fort and kind of excited to see the role he plays in there this season for the Spartans. But
I do have one last note, though, for this game.
Yeah.
Something to note. Michigan State only lost one home game last year. And that came in mid-February. It was a gross one against Indiana, 71-67. Both teams shot terribly from three. Michigan State was up double digits in that game. They didn't lose a home non-con game last year. So they do got a nice streak going the year before. You go back a year before that, and they lost a few. But last year, Sparty took care of business at home.
Well, and after, as we know, a pretty slow start in SEC play for Arkansas, they got better on the road. Again, we know some of the big wins they were able to score there, even some of the losses, right? Even I'm thinking about the one at Auburn, where it was a 7-point game, and the South Carolina one obviously stands out as just a complete. Where did that come from? But still, I'm fascinated by this one. Again, for all the reasons we talked about Michigan State and sort of potential expectations for them. But, it's an Arkansas team that has very high expectations in year 2 under Cal, and I think you want to see them get off to that good offensive start because I think if not, you're going to have some of those same questions coming up that we had early last year. So there you go. An early look at Arkansas and Michigan State and our 2026 NCAA Tournament gut bracket picks. What fun that was. Enjoy it because you're not going to see another one for at least 4 months.
Time to get serious. Time to get serious. Lock in here.
We just had our fun over this past hour. But folks, Max and I are about to start recording our season previews. We're about to start recording a bit more of those kind of videos you're used to seeing where we talk about specific storylines with teams, players, all that stuff. They're coming here at the channel. I know you're getting a lot of content over here right now. We're getting all the football predictions, the reaction, the power rankings. You're getting everything each week, but it's about to double because our basketball coverage is about to go up a bit. And by the way, too, if you're a member, or it just means more tier here at Southeastern 16, you can support the channel by joining that membership tier. We want to know what you want for your membership. Yes. So what kind of bonus content do you want from us this season for basketball, even right now, as we get ready for the start of the season? I'm going to send you a link here that you can join the It Just Means More tier if you'd like. Support the channel. And you know what, Max? We have some memberships to give out. Should we give out some memberships right now?
Oh, my gosh.
Because it's a new month. I think we should give out a few memberships. So, again, if you are a member, let us know. What would you like to see? What are you looking forward to in terms of our members-only content this season and in the preseason? What do you want? Let us know. We will do that. And, by the way, hit the like button. If you're in here right now, hit the like button, folks. That helps out the show, the channel, all that stuff. And we're going to go ahead and quickly, before we wrap up, hand out some members or some memberships here. We can't really hand out the members. That's not possible. But, all right, are we ready, Max? 5 new memberships going out right now.
Who do we got?
At Southeastern 16. Here we go. And it's going to be, hopefully it's not Dark Ryan Day. Oh, big man Bruce Pearl got a membership.
Hey.
Well, I think Bruce can get his own. I mean, come on. But shout out. All kinds of memberships being handed out. Todd's got one. Michelle's got one. We got all kinds of people.
All right.
Getting memberships here at Southeastern 16.
All right.
An enjoyable time for you. We're going to save the other 5 for a football stream this weekend. So 5 memberships handed out. And there you go. All right. We're out of here, Max.
There we go.
FanDuel. Check out our sponsors. All the national championship odds. If you want to bet on our gut bracket picks, you can do that. Florida plus 1,700, Kentucky plus 1,700 right now over at FanDuel. Check it out. And, again, we appreciate you guys' support. We'll be back doing our usual basketball stuff, but you're about to see a lot more basketball videos that aren't necessarily live either because our season previews get underway here shortly. So, all right, appreciate you guys watching. As always, check out all of our football stuff this week for week 2, and we'll talk to you again here soon at Southeastern 16.